Today we got the top 5 best SMGs in Warzone right now. I'm not gonna keep you guys long, but big shout out to the Noti gang. Thank you guys so very much. Let's jump into today's first loadout. Our first loadout of the day will be the MP40. The MP40 is hands down one of my favorite weapons in all of Warzone. Now this is the build that I currently use and really enjoy. I've taken this MP40 and used it in multiple different ways. Some with the shorter build and more mobility, and sometimes more accuracy. This one is a little bit more accurate and less emphasis on mobility. This is my standard build. If you guys want to swap it up, I definitely can see you guys swapping out the hand stop. It is going to provide you with more recoil control, hence the more accuracy on this build. You could definitely swap that out for something like a skeleton that's going to give you a better ADS, but more movement speed as well. I definitely suggest the 45 round mags at all times. A tape grip is definitely something that you can swap out as well. The tape grip is great for all the movement and sprint to fire speed that you gain. However, I can see you guys swapping it up to a fabric grip that's similar to a tape grip, or a pine tar for a little bit more accuracy and recoil control. My second build of the day is the armaguerra. The armaguerra is great because there's not a gun that's really similar to it from Vanguard weapons. The armaguerra is great for the fire rate and it absolutely shreds. Now this is my armaguerra build that we have going on here. Like I said, I absolutely love it. If you want to swap it up, I do have some little differences that we can make here. Again, we are going to start with the foregrip. The underbarrel has emphasis on ADS speed and movement speed, which is great for all the Vanguard weapons. But if you're struggling with a little bit of the recoil, definitely slap on the hand stop or the strife angled. Either or is very, very great. Again, another one that we can swap up always is the rear grip. I love the tape grip for the mobility, but the polymer is great as well for the accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. You can also swap on the fabric just like the tape grip, which is really, really great. Or the pine tar grip is a great choice as well with recoil control and hip fire accuracy. Now the stock I might not mess with. I think this is a very, very good stock to use. The barrel you can definitely swap it up to as well. I've seen a few people use the 550 or even the 315, but I personally do enjoy this last barrel. The precision barrel is a great one to run. Now the great thing about the armaguerra, like I said, is the fire rate. This thing absolutely melts and you burn through the magazine, but that's what makes the armaguerra so special. Now hopping into our third SMG today, that will be the Type 100. Now the Type 100 was absolutely phenomenal last season and is still really good this season as well. If you do struggle with recoil, then this might not be yours, but it will shred up close. Here's my Type 100 build if you guys need it. That recoil booster helps out a lot with the fire rate. This rapid barrel again is another fire rate emphasis with also damage range too. Now you see we will lose a little bit of control and accuracy, but this thing shreds up close. We use it as a really close up SMG. Now the stock you can switch up as well. I like this folding stock, but I've seen people use the skeletal as well. That's emphasis on sprint to fire speed and movement speed. Personally, I like the hand stop on it because the recoil can be a little bit much, but if you don't mind it and you're using it really up close, definitely slap on that skeletal for more ADS speed and movement speed. And again, you can use the strife angled as well for another little emphasis on horizontal recoil control. 36 rounds are definitely what I suggest. The length and ammo type is probably going to be all across the board for all these SMGs. The polymer grip is great, but you can use taped again. I've seen people use rubber. Fabric grip is a great choice too, and pine tar grip is always a good one. It's what I used when we first started using Vanguard guns, but I don't use it as much anymore. It is still really nice though, so don't stray away from it. Now usually I do not rock sleight of hand on this build, but I tried it out today and I did enjoy it, especially with those 36 round mags. You are going to burn through it a little quicker. Sleight of hand is great. However, you can use something like Fleet. Gung Ho is also awesome, and Acrobatic seem to be the kind of top 4 to use here. Now these last two will be meta weapons, and the first one is the BLIXEN. The BLIXEN is absolutely nasty, and I got a nice build for you guys today. Now here's my full BLIXEN build. Now I used to use a different build for this BLIXEN, but I just added a different attachment to help me out a little bit. One thing that I did get super upset about with the BLIXEN was how inaccurate I was. The BLIXEN is a great gun to use and the damage is incredible, but one thing that I really think is key to this build is the hand stop. The hand stop is great. Vertical and horizontal recoil control added here. I was using the skeletal. I got so wrapped up in movement speed and ADS speed that I just would not stray away from the skeletal. But if you're not accurate with it, definitely throw on that hand stop. It helps out so much, and it's really made me love the BLIXEN again. Keep on those 54 round mags in the lengthen too. The tape grip you see is on a lot of my builds. I love the emphasis on the mobility and movement speed with the sprint to fire speed as well. It's really, really dope. I definitely would suggest using this, especially with the hand stop. You're going to be way accurate with this. Just the hand stop in general is going to be great for you if you did want to switch it up. Pine tar grip, fabric grip, polymer grip are all good. You see they're all kind of grouped here, so I would fool around with those if you haven't found what you love, but the tape grip should be what you rock. Now, the skeletal stock is something you want to use for sure. This Bergstrom is definitely something you want to use for sure. The recoil booster slate. If you want to swap anything up, I would look at the PERK 1 to swap up. Fleet is really, really great for that movement speed you gain and weapon swap quickness, but the steady ADS firing move speed is great. Perfectionist is also dope for the recoil control, but I wouldn't move away from Fleet. It is a really, really good perk for this BLIXEN here. Now, with all 4 weapons done so far, I'm going to bring you guys what I believe is the best. The BLIXEN is a close second, I feel like, but the Marco 5 is just phenomenal. Let me show you this build. Now, the Marco is great because of the damage, fire rate, mobility, and even the magazine size is really great on this gun. But I saw Samurai Bryce on TikTok put out a wonderful build for this Marco 5, and it is really great. There's a little bit more emphasis on accuracy, but it is super dope. What's different about it here is this body 240 millimeter barrel. It has just fire rate added, when before I would use this Perfetto. In my old build, I would use a different stock as well. I would use this Emerito FR stock, whatever it is, but this one right here is great. The Perfetto as well is really, really dope and helps out with the accuracy too. Instead of a skeletal or a hand stop, Bryce chose to put on a Carver foregrip, and it is very good. The vertical recoil control really helps out a ton on this Marco 5 build. And then the 64 round drum, the lengthen, those kind of all stay the same, but the pine tar grip is a little different here as well. Again, emphasis on recoil control and hip fire accuracy. As an SMG as well, the hip fire accuracy is important, so this is a really big help for this Marco 5 build. And then normally I don't like to run Gung Ho because I struggle with it a little bit, but I decided to use it, and I did enjoy it here. If I didn't use Gung Ho, I'd probably use Unmarked, but I really enjoyed this Marco 5 build, and I think you guys should definitely swap from the norm Marco 5 build that you use and try this bad boy out. It is super dope. But YouTube, that's going to complete today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you used the build, definitely let me know how you liked it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it.